Hello, I'm Colin Wilson. I'm an educator with the Center for STEM Research, Education, and Outreach at Southern Illinois University in Edwardsville. I'm here today to talk to you about EarthCaching. The STEM Center has developed a number of EarthCaches, and we want you to feel comfortable with using them in your classroom. While EarthCaching can be an exciting opportunity and an experience that students remember for some time, it might not be familiar to every educator. Let's start with the basics then. EarthCaching is an offshoot of geocaching, a hobby that involves traveling to coordinates and interacting with a log or a box, that cache portion, that connects you to other explorers. EarthCaching involves the same sort of thing, but when you arrive at the coordinates, there are sites of geologic significance there. It's an informal but engaging experience with earth science topics and is intended for general audience, so it's perfect for classrooms of all sorts. EarthCaching sites are supposed to showcase unique and interesting geologic sites, but this is a relative term. On a national scale, the unique geologic sites might be things like the Grand Canyon or the Chesapeake Estuary, but for your classroom, it might mean interesting locations in your school's soccer field or just down the street. Over 4 million people have participated in EarthCaching worldwide since 2004, so participation at any level will connect students to this wider community of learners. When you arrive at the coordinates of an EarthCache, you typically answer questions and prompts to get you thinking about what is happening at the site. These might be explicit questions, such as the ones shown here regarding an EarthCache about sinkholes, or they might be more observational in nature. The impact of EarthCaching for your classroom is an example of field-based learning. Leaving the classroom and going to a site where you can see a phenomenon firsthand has a positive and engaging impact on science learning. It adds an authenticity to the subject matter, and it shows students that what they are learning is relevant to the world around them. Field-based learning also adds more learning goals for your lesson, incorporating spatial reasoning and an element of scale and 3 dimensions that you can't achieve in a classroom setting alone. EarthCaching is also an example of informal learning, which sometimes doesn't get the attention it deserves from schools. Most students' waking hours are spent outside the classroom, and giving them the tools to learn on their own will improve their abilities and information retention. An activity like EarthCaching is more open-ended than most classroom lessons and can have unintended learning outcomes that will enrich students' experiences. It's less structured and can be entirely or partly learner-directed to empower students to become more responsible learners. After completing an EarthCache in the classroom, students are more likely to voluntarily complete activities like that, further increasing their learning opportunities. The most important thing you need to do in EarthCache is a device capable of finding the coordinates. This might be a GPS unit, a cell phone, or a compass and map. Unless you're using a paper map, your devices will all make use of the Global Positioning System. This system uses satellites to triangulate your position, meaning it needs to have line of sight to at least 3 satellites. Be sure you have a clear view of the sky and that students aren't blocking the satellite's reception. The experience will be easier at the site if you practice a little in the schoolyard beforehand. You can also create a smoother experience by assigning group roles, something that often occurs for in-classroom activities as well. To start, having a navigator who holds the GPS device and a scout who watches the environment for indicators will help the groups stay focused on the task at hand. A recorder will take down the answers to the EarthCache questions and submit to their teacher or the website. Operating in small groups like this will keep students focused, but they should certainly stay together with their teacher to prevent anyone being lost. EarthCaching is an excellent way to make a truly memorable experience that students will think about for years to come. On earthcache.org, you can find many different sites to learn from, including some EarthCaches that are near your community. If you want to make your own EarthCaches, you can find a link to our other video on making EarthCaches in the description below this one. I hope you feel more comfortable and confident about including EarthCaches in your curriculum, and I encourage you to visit earthcache.org for support documents and a community there. Good luck and have fun!